Alright, welcome to Random Guitar Duels, where we take a bunch of guitarist names, put them in a big glass bowl, shake up the bowl, take out a couple of names, and then we have a battle between them to decide which one is better. In this case, we've moved to the single elimination rounds, where all of the guitarists that remain have already been through at least one, if not two, matches. And if they lose now, they are eliminated from competition as we make our way to the top 50 greatest guitar players in history. So before we get started, I just want to remind everyone I have a Buy Me Coffee button up that you can use to support the site. If you've been enjoying content, you can also look below and to see my PayPal address and CashApp handle. So if you could help out with a donation to the site, I'd really appreciate it. This matchup is between Jimi Hendrix and David Gilmour, and since I've already done a video featuring both Jimi Hendrix and David Gilmour, you can go look those up if you want to see my more in-depth analysis of them as players. Right here, I'll just run through a couple of things real quick, and then you guys can comment below and vote in the poll. So one thing to keep in mind is Hendrix is probably the most accomplished artist of all guitarists. In other words, what he did on the guitar probably transcends rock music, and on a global scale and on a historical scale, much more than almost any other performer you can think of. He sort of almost has an iconic status that goes beyond being a musician. Now, something to keep in mind about David Gilmour is that none of us have ever really heard Gilmour's expressive playing to the same level that we got to hear Hendrix. In other words, David Gilmour's never been in the front of a band on a huge global stage, ripping on his guitar for 8 to 10 minutes at a time, which he clearly could do. Pink Floyd was much more of a theatrical band effort. It was centered around creating cinematic experiences and psychedelic experiences, narrative experiences. Of course, you could say all that's true also for Jimi, but in terms of just the guitar playing, David Gilmour had a much more limited role to play within his being a member of Pink Floyd than Hendrix did, and being the frontman of his own band. So those are just something to keep in mind. From there, go ahead and comment below if you have any ideas or thoughts. Make sure to look back at the other videos where I talk about Gilmour and Hendrix a little more at depth. Remember to like and subscribe, but most importantly, vote in the poll. Thanks a lot.